Friends, myself Sahil Rawal. Today I am going to share the PPT based on the Civics chapter number 1, power sharing. In this chapter we are going to learn that what is the meaning of power sharing, how the power is shared, and what are the different conflicts and the disadvantages that people were faced when the power was not shared. And we are also going to learn different types of examples of different countries like Belgium and Sri Lanka, and what conditions the power was shared and what was the conflicts that people were have faced in that country. So let us start the presentation for the following. Power sharing. Power sharing is a technique to share the power at different levels. It is an idea inculcated in democracy so that the power is not concentrated at one hand only, and that different forms can keep a check on each other. India is an example of holding together federations where the power is shared between central government and different constituent states. And this point I am going to explain in the upcoming lecture, in which I will make the PPT based on the chapter federation in the upcoming days. So please wait for the further news. In Sri Lanka, there was a majority people wanted freedom and more power. So what was the condition and what was the conflict that people were facing? Let us see. After independence in 1948, Sri Lanka adopted a series of measures to establish Sinhalese supremacy over the Tamils. In 1956, an act was passed to recognize Sinhala as the only official language. In Sri Lanka, in 1956, an act was passed which recognized Sinhala as the only official language. Sinhala speakers were preferred both for university positions and government jobs. Reasons why the Sri Lanka majority people were not given power and not given more freedom, let us see. Dominance of Sinhalese community due to majority. In 1956, an act was passed that Sinhala as the only official language. Preferential policies favoring Sinhalese in university positions and job. State to protect and foster Buddhism. Why is power sharing desirable? What is the condition that power should be shared? And let us see what is the condition. Prudential reasons. First, it reduces the possibility of conflicts. Second, it provides stability to the government. And these points are so important that in the exam it always comes that why is power sharing is desirable. As we have also know that in our country there are three levels of government, three organs of government in which the power is shared, and the organs of government like legislature, executive and judiciary, they check on each other and maintain the stability of power, they in which the power is shared among at equal level. Moral reasons. First, power sharing is the very spirit of democracy. Second, people have a right to be consulted and on how they are to be governed. Forms of power sharing. Power sharing is among different organs of the government. Power is shared among government at different levels. Power is shared among different social groups. Fourth, power is also shared among political parties, pressure and groups and movements. Power sharing among organs of the government, as I've also discussed before that how the power is shared among these three organs of the government. Legislature, executive and judiciary keep a check on each other. This results in balance of power among various institutions. This arrangement is also called a system of check and balance. And guys, please keep a note that one MCQ always comes that in the three organs of government, what is the other name of this form of government? So please note that the answer is check and balance. Power sharing at different levels of government, central government, state government and local self-government. These all concepts we are going to learn in the chapter federation. So don't worry, I will explain in detailed way in upcoming days. Under this arrangement, government and administration gives space to the diverse social groups. In this way, minority communities get a fair share in power. Power sharing among different social groups. Power sharing among political parties, pressure groups and movement. What is there? Let us see. In democracy, different parties compete to come to power. In case no party gets majority, then two or more parties forms an alliance to come to power and forms coalition government. Two examples of power sharing. As I have told that there are two examples of power sharing, how the power was shared of in the countries like Belgium and Sri Lanka. Belgium is a federal monarchy in Western Europe. It is a founding member of the European Union and hosts the EU's headquarters as well as those of several other major international organizations such as NATO. Belgium covers an area of 30,528 square kilometer, 11,787 square kilometer, and it has a population of about 11 million people. Ethnic composition, you have also heard this word. What do you mean by ethnic? Ethnic means in a country which languages is spoke, how many people spoke which language. Let us see. In Belgium, 59% of speaks Dutch, 40% people speak French, 1% speaks German, and Brussels 20% speaks Dutch and 80% speaks French. Accommodation in Belgium, this is a main and important question. Please note this, guys, and it is a 4 points, consist of 4 points, and this 4 point is very necessary and you have to understand it better way. Constitution of Belgium states that the number of Dutch and French speaking ministers shall be equal in central government. Second, many powers of central government have been given to the state government. And third, Brussels have a separate government in which each party have the equal representation. Fourth, there is a third kind of government called community government, which is elected by the people belonging to one language community. Sri Lanka. Now we are going to learn about Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, officially the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, is an island country in the northern India Ocean of the southern coast of the Indian subcontinent in South Asia. Known until 1972 as Ceylon, Sri Lanka has maritime borders with India to the northwest and the Maldives to the southwest. Sri Lanka emerged as an independent country in 1948. Government took many steps to establish Majoritarianism in 1956. An act was passed to recognize Sinhala as an only official language of Sri Lanka. The preference was given to the Sinhala applicants for universal positions and government. Moreover, government of Sri Lanka was insensitive to Tamil language and culture. The Civil War. What do you mean by Civil War? Let us see. By 1980, several political organizations were formed demanding an independent Tamil realm in northern and eastern parts of Sri Lanka. The distrust between the two communities turned into widespread conflicts. It soon turned into a civil war. As a result, thousands of people were forced to leave the country, and civil war was very dangerous to all the people. And this was the main conflict that the people have faced. So thank you friends for being a part of this PPT. Stay tuned for the more upcoming videos. Thank you. Have a good day.